Good morning and welcome to Face the Nation. Tensions are running high here in Washington and all around the country as President Donald Trump's term comes to an end and former Vice President Joe Biden's term as president is set to begin. We've seen tumultuous political times before in our history, but not like these. We begin this morning with Chief Justice and Homeland Security correspondent Jeff Pegues. Jeff?
Margaret, the law enforcement presence that is in place right now is unprecedented, and U.S. officials tell us the greatest threat to this event is coming from domestic violent extremists, that is, Americans seeking to harm fellow Americans. There has been heightened security in Washington since the deadly attack on the Capitol by violent extremists on January 6th. New footage released this morning by the New Yorker magazine shows more evidence the Capitol Police were undermanned and overwhelmed by a mob of attackers, some of whom made it into the Senate chamber.
There's got to be something in here we can use against these scumbags.
They photographed papers in a binder on a desk appearing to belong to Texas Republican Senator Ted Cruz.
I think Cruz would want us to do this, so yeah, absolutely. I think we're good.
The rioters appear intent on a coup and harming U.S. government officials. It's video and social media evidence similar to this that's helped the FBI across the country identify suspects. So far, more than 100 people have been taken into custody, and there are about 300 cases against rioters. The current threat landscape is showing the prospect for more violence in the coming days, as a tsunami of information is being sent to law enforcement.
We are seeing an extensive amount of concerning online chatter, because one of the real challenges in this space is trying to distinguish what's aspirational versus what's intentional.
Threats are not only aimed at Washington. Potential targets mentioned last week in an FBI bulletin warned that armed protests are being planned at all 50 state capitals from January 16th through January 20th. New intel warns of a possible QAnon event in Denver later today, as residents there board up downtown shops. In Minnesota, there are roadblocks at the state capitol in St. Paul.
We are turning over every rock and looking under every bush to see if there is anything else out there.
But the potential for violence doesn't end this week. Officials are preparing for a possible threat to Sacramento next month. And while the threats persist, some of the chatter online seems to be cooling, and that may be because of the massive law enforcement and National Guard presence that is armed. Margaret.
Jeff Pegues, thank you.